Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and I think I have a new favorite micro brand. How do I judge what my favorite brand or micro brand or anything would be in the store? Well, really it's how well the reception is with you guys, and of course, how they sell. I mean, let's just be honest, if they don't sell, it's not worth it for me to carry them. And in the beginning, going back, I don't even know at this point, it's got to be 6, 7 years ago, it was Phoebus. Phoebus for a long time, continually sold very well, and they still continue to. I do collabs with them, it's a lot of fun. My new favorite, sorry Phoebus, although you're still great, would be Henry Archer. Released them back in, what is this going on? August of 23. And again, to excellent reception. And then they came out, that was like the Nordso. And now they have a new line called, I'm probably going to murder the name, Vesterhav. It is very much like the Nordso, except it lacks the spinning bezel, but same great colors. And it's got the Islander DNA in it, I would say. I'm an enthusiast brand, in case you're wondering. Every upgrade imaginable, nothing skimped at a great price. On my own wrist today, I am wearing the Islander Sands Point with the optional titanium bracelet, the blue wave dial. What an awesome piece. And on my other wrist, oh, it's another Islander. This was a full loom 39. This is an old style. I believe this is actually a prototype. I think when we did them for production, we did not have a date window. I don't really recall though. Anyway, let's see the newest release from Henry Archer. So I'm going to open with a watch that I definitely had last year. This is the Nordso. The Nordso is their diver style watch. This is with the iris dial. Just want to show you an older style dial versus one of the new ones. You see the difference in there's no turning bezel on these. These are more, I guess, more dressy, a little more elegant, a little more slim, less sporty, if you will. So Henry Archer is from Denmark. The name of the company is a translation of the owner's name, Heinrich. His name literally translated means Heinrich Henry, and then his last name translates to Archer. So the Vesterhav, or Vesterhav, again, my apologies, came out a couple weeks ago in the store and met with incredible success. So happy. So I figured let's do a video. Once we restock, which as I'm filming this, the restock is coming in. So I'm just waiting for the restock to hit, and then we will, we'll publish, you'll be able to see this video. I have 3 to show you. There's 7 styles in all. This is the polar black dial version. Just look at that. Look at the use of, so the colors are so simple on this. Black indices, black loom, which, black loom, as you've heard me say in the past, never the greatest. But black indices with black loom, white textured dial with that striated pattern to it, and then the accent of the cyan seconds hand with a blacked out date wheel with the date again in the same matching color. They are all similar to this with pops of color. Obviously, they're all the same size and stuff. So let's go over the specs so you can see what we're dealing with. It is a 40 millimeter watch, so it is an amazing size. You hear me say this so much. Now it is a oddball, 10.45 millimeters thick to the flat anti-reflective sapphire crystal. Now why 10.45? We'll get into that in a second. It is on the lug tip to lug tip, 47 millimeters. We do have a exhibition case back with a beautiful gilded rotor with the Henry Archer name on it. The case back itself is held down with individual screws. The band is a 20 millimeter lug. Sorry about that again. Solid link, solid end link, but you will notice that they use quick release pins on the bracelet. Really nice. You want to swap it out to a strap or something else. Works really well. And the bracelet itself, size with screws. It is a full brushing. The clasp. Let's talk about that clasp. As I said, every upgrade imaginable is a beautiful toolless micro adjust. The micro is on the inside right there. You pull this little lever back and you can see that. You can go a few positions in each direction to make it looser or tighter to whatever the weather and your wrist is demanding at the time. 200 meters of water resistance, 160 grams on the bracelet. Powering it, now here's where the thickness comes into play. Powering it is a Miyota 9019 movement, which is basically a 9015, but it's adapted to lower hand heights. So it is just a scrimmagion thinner, and that's how they got the case down to 10.45 millimeters on the thickness. 499 bucks for any of the watches I'm going to show you in this lineup today. So this is the Polar with the black. As I'm only showing you 3. This is what they call the Raven dial. So it's a black dial with gilt hands and markers. Excellent pop. Let's come in nice and close on that. Look at that dial. Is that dial beautiful? Sorry about the glare when I go like that, but you get it. There you go. You really get a sense for what we're dealing with here. Beautiful crown. Do I spy a little piece of gilt around the crown? I do. I did not even see that in the warm-up. Wow, that's super cool. Oh my goodness. Never mind. Look at the Polar black one. Whoa! That's so nifty. What a little Easter egg that is, huh? As you can tell, I'm pretty excited by this. And this is the Raven black. It's the gold, the black, and a little accent of red on the dial and the tip of the second hand. Same bracelet, same clasp. There's the movement. And then, well, I'll start this way. Here's a third one I wanted to show you. It'll be a fast video today. This is the Aqua dial. It's a beautiful, deep sunburst blue. Nice matching date window. Cyan, second hand again. Super thin, super svelte. Really, it feels really nice. The bracelet just exudes quality. Even though it's wrapped in plastic, still, you could tell that the links are just so nice to operate. And I guess while we're here, I might as well just show you the Nordso Iris that I opened with. I'll show it to you nice and close. Haha, not the matching crown though. The Nordso was very popular. They did some amazing purples, not just this one, they did a cosmic purple. So many other nice colors. It's still available. Just wanted to kind of show you just a comparison side by side so you could see. It's a very similar case, if it's not the same case, just with a different fixed bezel popped onto it. Let's see the lume. So here we go, left to right. We have the blue dial and the Raven dial, blue-black. And on the far right is that Polar black dial. As I said, that is what black lume looks like. It's very weak. It's going to die quickly. Definitely not something great for nighttime viewing. I'm trying just to be brutally honest with you. It almost has disappeared at this point, where the BGW9 on the other two guys is, because it's white in the daylight, is still going strong. So here is that 40 millimeter Vesterhav with a 47 millimeter lug to lug on my 6.5, 6 3/4 inch wrist. A lot of measurements given there, maybe too many. There I am above the bone and below the bone, not below, below. And then here we are on the bracelet. It's easily a 4-finger bracelet. Plenty of room to go up, plenty of room to go down. Beautiful looking watch, so nice, so thin, 10.45 millimeters, so comfortable, 160 grams, right on the money. I don't think I mentioned that they are negative or female end links, if you didn't pick up on that already. And that's going to wrap up our little party. It has been Mark from longislandwatch.com, showing you my new favorite micro brand in the store, Henry Archer, and today featuring the Vesterhav, Vester something. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Questions, comments, anything else you want to say, like how to pronounce the name, that would be great. Put it down below, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.